Well, spring has finally arrived, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. So it is about end of April and we're ready to transplant, or should be ready to transplant in a little more than 2 weeks. Fingers crossed, Mother Nature allows for that. So it is cram time to get the garden prepped and finished and ready for transplanting. And then of course, chicken coop and other work. So I wanted to show you what we're doing with all this nice weather. So come take a look. Done so far. So I have pine needles in almost every single walkway. Everything except for that far edge along the fence and this direct pathway here. And now that the snow is completely gone from the whole yard, I can finish raking up pine needles to get that done. This is just to help smother the freaking grass growth that took us over last year. So they do a really good job out in the yard smothering growth. Figured I'd use them in the garden. So as well, I've moved the buckets from this side of the garden over that edge. I'm going to have pickling cucumbers in those buckets there. I've got a couple more buckets here and probably use one more of those, and I'm going to have slicing cucumbers along this side of the fence. And then as we start planting, I'll show you how we're gonna set all that up. Now I have just refilled my lettuce wall because it settled quite a bit and I had to add some more. So now I have a couple empty buckets. I'm going to use the soil from the potatoes last year to fill the buckets, and then refill these with fresh compost. Whatever soil's left from here, I'm going to toss in this bed. I'm not using this bed for tomatoes or potatoes. So I'm going to top that bed off. So that's what we've got done in the garden. I'm just hoping the compost pile is thawed out. So let's go check that. Here's the compost. Looks like the upper layers are thawed out. This down here, frozen solid. Same with this side. Solid. I can dig into this. So maybe we still got about 10 days before I use that potato bed. So hopefully. Gotta get rid of this raspberry bush though. I don't want it to take over my compost. So, and we've been working on one other thing. Oop. So close to being ready. So, got this wire here. I'm going to put on the inside of the door, just because this is just some flimsy plastic. I just wanted something to, I don't know, let a little daylight in. Because even so, it's still quite dark on the inside. But I've got my tarp laid down, so all my bedding will go on top of that. And I'll probably use, I'm thinking, S-hooks to hold the tarp into the fencing here, and that way when it's time to clean everything, I'll unhook, fold up the corners, and drag this baby out the door. I'm sure it'll be harder said than done, but that's the plan. If it doesn't work, well then, no harm done. So that is my plan for the nest boxes. They're not secure yet. Same thing. I'm going to use S-hooks and attach the handles to the wire, and then they'll have half a lid across the front. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but these chickens won't be mature until fall, so if we had to add more, we can add more. And then in the corner over here, we'll have some roosts. There's the door. It's closed right now. And then we'll have a feeding and watering station on this side. So I think that's pretty good space for about 20 chickens is what we're hoping to start with. It's 80 square feet, so I think that's a good start. I've got the run almost finished. So bunch of random scrap fencing that was left here we're putting to good use, just as an extra deterrent to keep stuff out and to keep the chickens in. Also got some all the way over the top to keep the birds out. Now that 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wire is also going to go all along the bottom edge here, so nothing can come in through the bottom underneath the chicken coop. So then all we got to do is make a gate and finish covering the front here. And she is ready to go. So I am ordering chickens today. Freaking awesome. So if I remember right, their delivery days are Monday through Wednesday. So I'm thinking sometime between Monday and Wednesday we'll have baby chickens. So talk about a summer or springtime scramble. So this is a temporary. Once we get this cleared out and the materials to finish fencing, I would like to give them this whole space to run in. So that's what we're doing. Hopefully the weather is beautiful where you are and you are being as productive as we are.